Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and today we are talking about the Domino Squad arc in the Clone Wars animated series. What we are doing right now is we are going through every single arc in the Clone Wars in chronological order, the best way to watch this show,
for sure.
hands down. But it does get a little confusing because you have to hop around quite a bit.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this arc. There's 3 episodes. And they're spread across 2 seasons. We have 301 Clone Cadets, 105 Rookies, and then 302 ARC Troopers, which is one of my personal favorite episodes of the whole series.
That's a good one.
Yes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give as brief of a summary as I can, and then we will talk about some of our favorite moments and rate this at the end, because this is a great one. It really is. So basically what is happening in this arc, you're following Domino Squad, in particular Heavy, Echo, and Fives. That's who you're following. At the end it's Echo and Fives, just because the Domino Squad just kind of keeps losing some members. And so after the death of Jango, his DNA is being stretched to make more clones, and they're amping up production because there's many wars going on. And so Shaak Ti and 2 bounty hunter consultants are basically training these cadets and these squads to get ready for active duty and battle. And so essentially what ends up happening is the Domino Squad is really failing because everybody's very individual, and because of DNA stretching, they're not really following orders properly. Anyway, at the end, they're not really believed in except for one of the bounty hunters, and Shaak Ti's kind of neutral. And they end up graduating, which is so awesome.
Yeah.
And they move into active duty, and they are placed in the Outer Rim at the Rishi Outpost, which is the most boring place you could possibly end up as a clone. But it's incredibly important because it's the last line of defense before Camino.
Yep.
And so then you get introduced to like Cody and Rex, who are coming to basically check the station, make sure everything's good. But then you find out that Grievous actually has a plan to attack the Rishi Outpost so that he can get access to Camino. So there's a lot of great action going on.
Yeah.
Heavy sacrifices himself in Rookies in the center of this arc. And then we get to ARC Troopers. Basically, there is a message intercepted between Grievous and Asajj Ventress that they are planning a full-scale attack on Camino to steal clone DNA and to also stop the production of clones. This would shift the tide of all of the Clone Wars. So you get the 501st coming in. You get 99, who you saw back in Clone Cadets, being brought back in. You get this crazy underwater attack scene. You know, you have space, Camino, underwater, all this stuff's going on.
Yeah.
You have Kenobi fighting Grievous. You have Anakin fighting Asajj. And you have one of the most heartbreaking moments in all of the Clone Wars, 99 dying, a hero's death. And basically, Camino is still going. Their efforts and sacrifice as Domino Squad plus 99 to stop Asajj and Grievous were successful. But with that, I think this is a great arc, and it's hard to summarize it that much.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on this? What are some of your favorite moments? I know that's a loaded question.
And with this arc in particular, it is kind of hard to choose one moment because the entire arc is just so, it almost seems like one moment, just how action-packed it is. There's not really a breather or like a transition from moment to moment. And especially when we just get to binge all 3 episodes back to back. We don't have to wait, you know, like back in the day.
Years. Yeah.
So, you know, for me, it is kind of hard in particular for this arc to pick one moment, but overarching, I guess my favorite themes, if for lack of a better word, is just the development of the Domino Squad, how they start out as being for themselves, but then they learn to work together as a team and as brothers and not leaving each other behind, and seeing them from that place, and then seeing Heavy sacrifice in Rookies. That was just so sad, and I had just come to like this character so much, and then he's already gone. And then again, just the overarching I guess arc within the arc of 99, just seeing his heart in Clone Cadets, and then once they graduate, Heavy actually gives 99 his medal. And before, when they come back and Heavy's not there, he asks about him, and it's just so sad. And then even Echo and Fives are like, "Oh, you remember us?" And he's like, "I remember everyone. I remember all my brothers," I think is what he says. So those are kind of more like, I guess, they're not really moments, but they're my favorite part of this arc, is just the development of the Domino squad. And I love Echo and Five, so just getting that backstory, but then just seeing the really cool story of 99, his sacrifice. And even though he wasn't out or called a soldier, he did what a soldier does, and he laid down his life for his friends and for his brothers. So it was such a sad moment. It was heartbreaking, but I love 99. And I think he says, "I'm a soldier like you." That's like his last word. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's rough.
But that's, so I don't have moments in this one. I have this arch here of
that's totally
goodness.
Fine. I mean, this is our show. We can not the Clone Wars. This is our review show. We can say whatever we want. But hey, if you're watching right now, put some hearts in the comments for 99.
Yes.
Show our brother 99 some love.
Yes,
but,
please.
99 is a huge part of this arc for me, because you see the difference between droids and clones, and the Jedi and the Republic, and the Separatists and the Sith. And I really enjoy that. I mean, obviously there's all the memes. I don't know if you've seen where they're talking about, like, when men cried, and it shows like Order 66, and then it's like when everybody cried, and it shows 99, because it's like, when 99 dies, it's like, oh, my heart's being ripped out.
Right.
But overall for me, I really enjoyed seeing the different threads of Attack of the Clones through this arc, because it's cool to see, like, okay, Jango died, and we're stretching his DNA, and we're training clones, and then we have like Rishi Outpost and Grievous and all this
seeing
cool stuff.
Kenobi fight on Camino again, very reminiscent of his fight with Jango Fett from Attack of the Clones. And so it was pretty cool, and there's even smaller references, like there's a THX 1138 reference, which is really cool. I will say there is the two bounty hunters. One of them is named Brick. He's the big brain guy, and he's a jerk. Yes,
he absolutely is. But I mean, he's also a bounty hunter, so I kind of don't blame him. But he takes it too far. I call him Big Brain Bully. Like, no go, man. I don't like you. But what I do like is that they wrote the character so well.
That was their intention.
It's universal to not like him.
Yeah.
It's almost like Pong Krell, where it's not that bad, but it's like,
we'll get to that guy.
You're a good character because I hate you, and I'm supposed to.
You're drawing emotion out of me. Yeah.
Like, you're accomplishing what you were created to do, you know. But so stuff like that I like, because I don't need to like every character. So when I dislike them,
it's that tension too.
Absolutely.
Tension is a part of good storytelling.
Yeah, and obviously we have like Rex when he's calling him shiny, and so it's like, okay, we're getting some of these things that we see a lot. There's a lot of great action. We're introduced to the 501st, which is cool. I think there's actually a Boba cameo in this.
It seemed like it.
In ARC Troopers, but I don't know. Maybe not. It was kind of hard to tell. It looked like, and I know that they're all clones,
they all
but
look like Boba.
Timeline, it may not even make sense, but it's like, it kind of seemed like it was Boba. Like, just the way the hair is parted and the face. Which I was like, I wonder if that's intentional or just the same model. Anyway.
Right.
One thing I really like, though, probably one of my favorite parts outside of 99 and what we've already talked about, and this is maybe a different one, but I'm slowly having Asajj Ventress become one of my favorite villains in all of Star Wars, because she's so ruthless. Her story is amazing, like when you look at it as a whole, But there's this scene where she's force choking this clone and ignites her lightsaber, pulls him into it, and then gives him like a kiss of death. And then even the way she interacts with Grievous, stuff like that, it's like, dang, like she means business. Like she's not here to mess around. So I really enjoyed that. And then obviously seeing Anakin and her fight, that's super cool. Because I feel like they are almost one and the same. They're very aggressive. They're very intense. And they let that anger drive them.
Right. Their emotions drive their fighting style. Yeah.
Yep. So overall, for me, this is one of my favorite arcs. But what would you rate this out of 10?
I'm going to give this Domino Squad arc a 9 out of 10.
Wow. Awesome. That's pretty high up there.
It's the highest so far.
I've also given this a 9 out of 10, the Domino Squad arc. For me, personally, I think it's not perfect, but it's great because you're following this squad to see what was it like for these squads to go from cadets to their first mission to thrown into the deep end. You have a lot of great characters, and it sets up the rest of the series in a really big way, and you get introduced to amazing characters. So for me, this is like top tier. It's not perfect. There's only a handful of perfect ones, but this is one of those incredible arcs for me.
Yeah.
So with that, what we are doing is we are going through every single Clone Wars arc in chronological order. If you like this kind of stuff, obviously subscribe, because we're going to keep doing this till we're through all the arcs and other shows. But we actually have a Discord too, where if you want to continue talking about this, you can just hop in there and just chat about Star Wars. It's super cool. There's a lot of awesome people in there. So with that, we are two Star Wars nerds, and may the Force be with you always.